One of the things that's unique about us is the buyer network that we've been able to build over time. And it's extensive, and it's across each individual sector that we work in. It's a combination of private equity firms that are doing roll-up consolidation plays, strategic buyers that might be current competitors in the space that are in an adjacent market geographically, or they're in your same geographical market and they're wanting to expand what their services are. So we'll look hard at who might be strategic buyers that would be interested in the business. And then the third category is owner-operators, someone that's a 30-year version of the current owner that would be stepping into the business, replacing the owner in the owner's day-to-day responsibilities. That's going to be in the business every day, drawing a salary and a bonus out of the business, effectively replacing the responsibilities that the owner has. And so we build these buyer networks across all three of the sectors. The private equity consolidators, we have tons of conversation every day with private equity firms that are doing roll-up consolidation plays in all of these different trade areas, and we know exactly what they're looking for. We talk to strategic buyers and we know exactly what they're looking for in terms of acquisition candidates that can help them grow, and we've got a vast network of owner-operator search funders that are younger potential buyers that would be interested in buying the business and stepping into the business. And so whenever we take a listing on, we want to be clear, is it a private equity firm that might be interested in the business? Is it a strategic buyer that might be interested in the business? Is it an owner-operator that might be interested in the business? Or is there a combination of two or three of these? And so because all of our fees are success-based, before we take a listing on, we want to be confident that there's going to be good demand for the business, and we can bring back to the owner various offers that meet what their expectations are. It doesn't do us any good taking a listing on just to fill up a deal pipeline. If we're not confident that it's going to be good demand and we're going to get solid offers and we can run a competitive process and get some competition going for the business, and hopefully with that competition the value of the business in terms of what the buyers are willing to pay for it goes up. If we don't feel confident that we can achieve all of those objectives and get a successful deal closed for the owner, then it's not worth us taking the deal on. And so having that strong buyer network is extremely critical and a very important part of our process. What we really do is play matchmaker. We're matching potential sellers with potential buyers. And if we don't have both of these networks established, then we can't get a transaction done. We can't help the seller achieve their objective, and we can't help the buyers achieve their objectives. Sort of reminds me of the TV show that I watched years ago, Millionaire Matchmaker, where there was a dating coach, and I think it was Los Angeles, and she was constantly matching up guys and gals together and got paid a big fee for doing this. Well, in a way, that's what we're doing here. We're playing matchmaker. We've got to have sellers. We've got to have sellers that have good businesses that are fairly priced, that are going to show well through due diligence, that are going to make it through the sales process. But then we have to have buyers that are equally as interested in these businesses, because we've got to match the two together to be able to get a transaction done. And so having that buyer network established, having the private equity firms lined up, having the strategic buyers lined up, having the owner-operator search funders lined up, knowing exactly what they're looking for, exactly what profiles of companies they're looking for, exactly what the parameters are that they're going to value these businesses at. All that is critical to our process, because if we don't have the buyers and if we only have the sellers, we're leaving the sale process to chance. And we're not leaving this to chance because we've got the buyer network established, and that's a critical part of our value proposition that we're bringing to the market.